convincingly defeated the Senegalese and progressed into the quarterfinals. Going by what the coach of the Super Eagles said, saying that they have not won anything, perhaps is looking at the title. Victor Osimhen has vowed not to leave the Afcon without the trophy. Ahmed Musa is saying that the unity of the team is what is propelling the team into the next round. And we saw the governor of Lagos State throwing encomium to the players as well as the coach. Should we be afraid of Ivory Coast as being one of the top nations that is still in the competition?
Yeah, like I just said earlier, with the way they qualified into this knockout stage, but then the Cote d'Ivoire I saw yesterday is the Cote d'Ivoire we should be afraid of.
All right, talking about being afraid of Cote d'Ivoire. Dangerous tackle. His right foot was pointed out and it stomped the shin of the Ivorian midfielder. It was a dangerous and a reckless tackle. It was fortunate not to be recorded, even though so far in the Afcon, the referee as the officiating as well as the VAR, it has been top notch. But yesterday, a lot of fans all over Africa really did not give it to the officiating yesterday. They felt it was a terrible one.
I personally queried the officiating, especially the center referee. If not for persistent calls and from the Ivorian players, that penalty wouldn't have been awarded.
For the equalizer, yes.
And we all saw it. It was a penalty. He didn't even care to check it until the man at the VAR end
had to call him to go check it.
You need to come and check this thing. So for you being at the center of the action and you see that kind of tackle and then you let it go, that is still part of the reasons African referees
find it difficult to be invited in the world stage.
Lowly because this is the whole world, the Europe. There is a power of football. They are watching this in this. I follow European media very well and closely. This Afcon is as in it's making the headlines
for the right reasons.
Exactly, for the right reasons. And then we are doing some other things wrongly. My brother, it is not very fine. No?
It is not something very fine. About one thing that was fine was the Cape Verdeans and Mr. J yesterday. He took Renato Mendes in the 88th minute to score that all-important penalty for Cape Verde to progress into the quarterfinals. I will give it to the Mauritania, Mr. J. They were amazing. I never believed that the Mauritanians would have qualified from their group, but they played impeccable football. I felt it was the inexperience of the players that cost their team that penalty. But come on, the Cape Verdeans, we thought that they would just have a topple over the Mauritanians, but it was difficult. They left it late into the 88th minute.
If you look at what the Cape Verdeans have been doing in recent time, the World Cup qualification, if not for fielding an eligible player in one of the recent World Cup
qualifiers,
yeah,
they wouldn't have been banned.
So, and if you look at their performances in Afcon in recent years, they are just a surprise package from nowhere. From this small Ireland, they become a very strong force, a very good footballing nation that they've been causing upsets to big footballing nations in Africa. They are one of the teams that
we should be afraid of.
Looking at watching closely.
They play compact football, Mr. J.
They are very good. Then that is one of the things we are seeing in this Afcon upsets coming into this competition with the way the Cape Verdeans qualify from their group
stage where we had Ghana, where we had Egypt.
Exactly, it showed that these people are up there.
They are up there,
and then Mauritania that we look down on gave them a very big fight like this. This Afcon is actually Afconing.
And no go gree is Afconing. I think I like that word. It is Afconing. 070-0010-961-961. 070-0010-961-961. That is the studio line that you can reach us live on the show. You can call us. You can send us a WhatsApp message if you wish. You can also do us a WhatsApp call or a WhatsApp voice note. Be rest assured that we will give attention to your voice because this is where you have a voice. Mr. J, good news emanated from the camp of the Super Eagles as we hear that Victor Osimhen, Moses Simon, as well as William Troost-Ekong, the random doping test that was conducted on them all came out positive. CAF could not believe their eyes the way these players were running tirelessly in the game against Cameroon, and they felt that these players are not normal. These players have some influence that is affecting their game, as they were that energetic in that game. So they were picked up for random doping tests, and it came out a negative that shows that these players are clear. Good news for us indeed.
The negative result is actually a positive vibe
for us.
And this shows that what these guys are doing is from their heart.
True.
They want the trophy themselves. They want the trophy for Nigeria. They want it for Nigerians. They know that the Nigerians in its entirety are behind them.
True.
And they are giving out all their heart. All I can say is that we are behind you. Do more than you've done against the Cameroon, so that they will subject you to further tests, and then the tests will keep coming out negative, while the result will remain positive.
Mr. J, they will search, no evidence.
They will search, no evidence. They will knock, and the door will not open.
Progressing into the show, but still in the camp of the Super Eagles. But this one is not good news, Mr. J. Ever since I came across this news, it actually broke my heart. Our number one shortstopper, Stanley Nwabili, will not be featuring against Angola, as we hear that he might even be ruled out of the tournament entirely, as he missed training yesterday and also the training this morning, to which the players were actually practicing for penalty shootout. He was not in the training team. Should we be worried? And now we have gone back to default settings with a certain Francis Ozoho. Nigerians have been fasting. Nigerians have been praying. Nigerians have been begging Wabeli via social media that please, we need you. We want you. Is it going to be a big blow for the Super Eagles of Nigeria? After the news that we hear that the Angolan players as well as their coaches have been given a brand new iPhone 15 each and a cash sum of 5.41 million naira each if they defeat the Super Eagles of Nigeria. No Wabili, more money and brand new iPhone 15 for the Angolans. Should we be afraid? Should we be calling the god of soccer to be on our side?
Yeah, motivation is one thing that is very, very good in football. The entire nation, the government and the governing body has thrown their weight and support behind them, and they have given them this kind of cash promise. iPhone 15.
That is the highest now.
The latest now.
The latest.
So, what this tells us is that our boys
wake up.
The cash will not play the ball again. But if the capacity, the capability is at par, the motivation will now spawn whoever will take the day. We don't know what our own government has promised them yet. But the target is go and get this trophy. And the boys know that if they bring home this trophy,
what they will get to be bigger.
Something much more than this is awaiting them. So I am very, very confident. With the case of Nwabili, it's a big blow, but then what else can we do? That's why we go to the competition with 3 goalkeepers. Nobody knows this guy before now, but he came out and he became a very fantastic player, shortstopper for us. It's not going to be Uzoho.
Exactly, Francis Uzoho to step up, because it seems that Nwabali has raised the bar. He has raised it so high that any goalkeeper that will come in will have to sweat it out. If you recall, Nwabali have conceded just one goal so far in the competition,
games, yes.
And they have been able to score 5 goals in the competition, and he has conceded just 1.
I still believe in the strength of our defense.
Okay.
That if they have been shutting down the attacks of their opponents, that's why. But then thankfully, because of Nwabili's heroics,
calmness,
we've been able
brilliance.
to keep those clean sheets. Now, the defenders, the onus lies on them. They should protect this goalkeeper for us.
Exactly.
He can't be our last man standing. We can't rely on him. But then we give him all the necessary support. That's where we are now.
All right, giving him all the necessary support in prayers as well as the right words of motivation. Francis Uzoho, you heard it from Mr. J. He's behind you to keep the clean sheet against the Panancras Negras of Angola. Mr. J, action resumes today at exactly 6 p.m. Mali will take on, as the Eagles of Mali will take on Burkina Faso, and then later tonight it's all about Morocco, one of the biggest teams still remaining in the competition, against the Bafana of South Africa. So let's begin from Mali and Burkina Faso. Looking at these two teams, both of them finish from their group respectively, and their head-to-head record has been quite impressive, as it is an evenly match where Mali has won about 2 times. Burkina Faso have won 2 times, and there have been 1 draw in favor of no team. But then if you look at their last meeting between Mali and Burkina Faso, right there in 2001 African Cup of Nations Championship, it was Mali who ran away with a 1-0 win against Burkina Faso. But then before then, Burkina Faso defeated Mali in 2017 with 2-1 in a friendly. So if you look at these two teams, Mr. J,
they've played more friendlies than
a proper, exactly. And we're in those friendly. It's all about Mali now defeating Burkina Faso.
Home and away.
About on 3 different occasions from the statistics we have in front of us. But come on, friendlies does not play football. You are as good as your last game. And the last game, it was Mali who ran away with a 1-0 win over Burkina Faso. So are we saying it's all about Mali later this evening?
Burkina Faso is a side not to also turn down in this competition. But then I look at the 2 sides are not the for me, by my own ranking, none of them are the favorites in
So it is 50-50.
It's a 50-50 thing where anyone can come out. But I even see Burkina Faso to qualify ahead of Mali. Yeah, it's competitive, and when it's competitive, you know that Burkina Faso will give them a fight. You know the 2021 Afcon, it's only 1-0 they are able to come. So they are coming with a revenge mission.
With a revenge mission, having the likes of Bertrand Traore, and who was also part of the team that Nigeria defeated in the 2013 Afcon final. Mr. J, let's go to the big one later tonight. It's all about Morocco. Hakim Ziyech. We hear that he will not be in action as he is currently nursing injury. But we have the likes of Manchester United player Sofiane Amrabat. We also have a PSG fullback Hakim Ziyech, as well as Akram Hakimi. Thank you. Yeah, we also have that player. He will be in action later tonight. But South Africa, one of the nations rather, that have the strongest league in the whole of Africa, but it is not transcending into the football. But come on, what kind of football are we expecting later tonight? Are we going to see another penalty shootout, or it's going to end in a full normal time, 90 minutes?
Morocco national team have shown themselves to the world by their recent performance from the World Cup and what they have done in the group stage, opening games of the group stage. They have shown themselves that they are footballing powerhouse in Africa. Then South Africa, the Bafana, they have been progressing in their formation, in their build-up. Is how will I even put it? If you look at the way they have been before now, South African are not very strong if it comes to football.
True.
But now they've been able to develop their league to sit
at par with other leagues,
or even they're higher. They are higher if you look at South African league. But then for it to transcend to the national league is a gradual thing. It's something that they are progressing, and let's see how far they will go in this competition. I expect South Africa to go further, to go to almost a semi-final in this competition, to really show that yes, the improvement they have had in their league is really impacting in their national team, even though it is not always the case. Because when you look at England and you look at the achievement of their national team. They have the best league in the world.
Exactly,
but the national team, what have they been able to achieve?
It's been quite crazy. If you look at Morocco and South Africa in their head-to-head in their last 7 minute meeting, Morocco have won just twice and South Africa has won 3 times in 7 meetings, and the other 2 has ended in draws. So you can say that the pendulum of success is slightly tilted to the South Africans. I wish we can go on and on and on, but if you look at our time, it is far gone. We can still do this later tomorrow at exactly 12:40 p.m. Mr. J and Uncle Fineboy, we will be back to take you on another exciting moment on Afcon Update. Mr. J, always a pleasure having you talk sport with me.
Thank you very much. We'll still be here by 4 o'clock this evening to talk more on
sport. On the show Sport Lounge. Until then, keep listening to Voice of the People 96.1 FM. Abuja, don't touch the dial.
We bring you all the big stories and what's behind them. Politics, business, sports, news, all on VOP 96.1 FM. Now you have a voice.
I'm coming in hot.
Now you can enjoy the original taste of premium American Romeo's Pizza. Juicy, just the way you like it. To order online from Guarimpa, call 090-8831-5908. Garki 090-8831-5906. And Lupe 090-9238-9861. Romeo's Pizza, the pizza champions.
Coming in hot, just like the day.
We have been serving you hot and fresh content on radio, and you have been loving it. Now we're taking it further. Catch us live on YouTube at BOP TV for all the juicy content you can't resist. Talk shows, exclusive interviews, news, lifestyle, and more. It's all about you. BOP TV, show up, speak up.
Voice of the People, 96.1 FM.